Well, if you've come back for the episode number 2, I thank you very much. If you're bored to tears with episode number 1, I don't blame you. But here we go. This is episode number 2 of Stu's Wrestling Podcast 2019. Here we go. Hold tight, riders. 150, 150. Scream if you want to go fucking faster. Woo!
Right, it's an absolute pleasure to have the UK wrestling darling, Keith Colwill, in my company this afternoon. How are you doing, Keith?
I'm alright, buddy.
Also known in the wrestling circles as Roughneck. Got to get that one in there. First question, mate. When did you first get into pro wrestling? And I mean, in terms of watching it, not obviously doing it.
Oh, right, okay. So, I probably from an early age, from about 5, 6. So we're looking at, but that was like 1980.
Right, okay, mate.
So I'm 44 now, so I should give you a bit of an idea. So I used to go to a lot of wrestling shows and stuff and what have you, and then obviously used to watch it on TV. So I'm from the world of sport era, like
of course,
Johnny Saint, Tendo Nakasaki, Mark Rollerball Rocco, Marty Jones.
Now we're talking.
The list goes on and on. But yeah, that's and then obviously when that phased out, and basically what was happening was I remember on World of Sport they used to intermingle it with American wrestling at one point. So one week it would be World of Sport, the next week it would be WWF, back then. And that's how I got introduced to Hulk Hogan and the British Bulldogs and stuff like that. And then I just gradually progressed from there, really. So I've been a fan for must be the best part of like 30 or 35, 30, probably about 38 years now.
Well, I'm on. What am I on now, Keith? I'm on 29 years, mate. Myself, so I'm 10 years. I was 10 years after you, like. But we didn't have Sky Telly at the time. But I've obviously spoken about this in a previous show. So it was all VHS, and it was a bloke my dad worked with, bless him, and my family, my cousins had Sky. So that was my only means of bloody watching it, right.
Well, we had Sky before it became when it was just solely satellite. This was in the late 80s. Yeah. So we had satellite then, but so I used to watch WWF Superstars, and then that Saturday night's main event on, and then even then, WrestleManias, when they put them on, they'd be weeks or sometimes months after they'd been shown.
Really? Yeah.
Yeah. They were never live. They were seldom live. I think the very first one that they did live was WrestleMania 6.
Right.
From the Sky Dome.
Yeah, of course.
And then they continue to do it from there. But other than that, like I said, they used to be weeks after.
Keith, when did you begin training then? Where did you train in? Where was it located, and who was training you?
Okay, so what happened was I've always been a fan of wrestling, but I'm from the northeast of England, and I'm from a mining village there, and it's not the kind of place where you set. I mean, the thought of being a pro wrestler would have been great, but I was steeped in realism because of the environment I was in, and where I come from, you went and got a job, and that's effectively what happened. I didn't even know. Obviously, back then there was no wrestling schools or anything like that, especially in the northeast. So basically, what happened was I was always a fan of wrestling, but then like you said, I used to train a lot, do bodybuilding and stuff like that, and I was in Canada around about 1999 in Toronto, and basically what happened was there was the Canadian National Exhibition on, and there was a ring there, and I thought, it's going to be some boxing on or something like that.
Yeah.
And then these masked kids come out from a local promotion in, I think it was Hamilton, I think it was.
Yeah.
And then this guy was looking over at me, and I was like, because I was big at the time, you know what I mean? I was really big. And like all these guys that were really quite small. And then he like looked over at me and then he kept, like, it was quite discerning, so like disconcerting. So I walked over to him and I went, "What the fuck are you looking at, mate?" You know, and I says, "What are you looking at?" And he says, "Have you ever thought about being a professional wrestler before?" I was like, "Mate, where I come from, you don't get asked to be a professional wrestler. You either work down, you either work on the shipyard, you work down the pits, or you work at Nissan." You know, so no, I've never thought about being a professional wrestler before. And then he basically what happened was I went back there. When I knew it was a viable option, and I was fixing on moving to emigrating to Toronto at the time. I went over there in February, which is like January, February time, which is when it's coldest. Because I says, well, I'm going to emigrate. I want to understand. I know what it's like when it's hot. I want to see what it's like when it's cold. And I did some training out there with AWF for a little bit. And then basically what happened was I tore me ACL in me knee twice. So I was on the shelf for like for like over 2 years.
No way.
Yeah. And then I came back and I did a little bit of training at NWE Hammerlock.
Yeah.
Which was based in Sheffield at the time.
Oh, right, okay, I didn't know that.
Yeah, they had a school in Sheffield. Johnny Mossy used to go there and do some training. So I went there a handful of times, and then you know, like there was GPW as well. So I was, you know, and like even during that time, in between that time, I was doing stuff like training like with FWA and stuff like that. Not like extensively, but I went down to the school a few times and stuff. But yeah, basically that's what happened. I had my first match in the UK around about 2002, 2000.
Who was your opponent, Keith?
I think we were in. I think it was GPW, and we wrestled a team called Damage Control. I think it wasn't great.
We all dream of doing it. You've got in there and done it. So I've always dreamed of doing it and I haven't done it. So
I was in a tag team called Pain Inc. with a team that was Sabotage, and he looked like the Undertaker. He was a big guy. I was a big guy.
Yeah.
So you know, we were very. You know, in the British wrestling industry at the time, there was no big guys around really. Like as tag teams, you had the UK Pitbulls, and you pretty much had us, you know.
Yeah.
But we were quite one-dimensional. That was the problem. We were greener than goose shit, if the truth be told, you know. So you know, it was one of those where we went in there. We basically, like, Lee Butler, the late Lee Butler at the time was like, guys, here's what we want you to do. Go in there, kick the crap out of the smaller guys, and that's about it. So we were effectively doing squashes, and, you know, that was where I met Chris Travis and Ellie Gare and people like that.
Yeah, man, now we're talking.
Spud, and like, people like that, I mean, not so much. I felt sorry. I mean, at the time, right, we didn't really know what we were doing. Them guys didn't really know what we were doing, if the truth be told. And it's one of those where everybody thinks it's about them rather than putting their opponent. And getting your moves set in and stuff like that. And like, you know, I felt sorry for the guys when I look back with it hindsight, because these guys were putting on like 15-minute matches where they were like scramble matches where Spud and Ellie Gare and all these guys were doing all these crazy flips and doing all this stuff, and then like me and Sab would walk down and we would just kick the crap out of them, you know what I mean? And like, you know, people, they didn't like it, none. But they're not going to. But I was only doing what I was told.
Yeah,
you know
of
what
course,
I mean?
yeah.
You know, but like, I mean, and like I said, if you ask the guy what it was like back then compared to what he is now, it was totally different, you know. Like, now, you know, like, the penny drops at some point, you remember that, your opponent over. But then he'd be like saying, oh, so you're going to we're going to do this match and do all this, that, and the other, and, you know, you're basically going to come down and squash us. And I was like, yeah.
Oh, Lord.
But, you you know, like I said, it was everybody's younger and a lot more naive back then. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
But yeah, and then it just progressed from there, really.
Keith, who did you idolise? Maybe like not when you were in the business. I think like before. I think I know what you're going to say, but I'll ask the question anyway. Just.
Oh, okay. So I'll be honest with you. Like people like I used to always love like Mark Rollerball Rocco.
Yeah.
I used to love watching Rollerball. I used to watch like in wrestling, like American wrestling and stuff. I was a big fan of the Road Warriors.
Yeah, man. Yeah,
I used
absolutely.
to see a lot of their stuff. You know, it was like seeing the face paint and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Obviously, you know, I don't care what anybody says. Like, you know, Hogan was always, you know, the man that he wanted to see.
Yeah, he didn't necessarily have the moveset, but he had the persona.
Didn't need it.
No.
If you've got that X factor and you've got that presence,
yeah,
that's going to put more bums on seats to 20 different wrestling moves. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know, he played to his strengths. Who else was there? Iron Fist Clive Myers. I used to love Iron Fist Clive Myers.
Right, okay.
But like as time progressed, like you know, like when you're going into the attitude era and stuff. Obviously, I was a big fan of. I was a big fan of Rick Rude. I was a big fan of. I was a big fan of obviously Steve Austin.
Yeah.
Brian, you know, when Austin and Pillman were doing their stuff. Obviously Flair. You can't go wrong with Flair. You know. Yeah. I mean, I could go on, but like, if I was going like in the attitude era, sorry, I would say probably, you know, you look at the likes of Austin.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It was very like anti-hero type thing, you know. You know, yeah, I like I said, I love watching Goldberg wrestle as well. Early on as well when he had the streak going.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was it. Who do you think I was going to say?
Who did I think you were going to say? I wouldn't, obviously, because you were tagging to start with. I would have thought you'd have picked the tag team. I was thinking I was on the lines of Demolition, not the Road Warriors, but obviously it's.
Right, yeah. Well, I remember seeing the Road Warriors for the first time, and I was just shocked and awe. And then I saw Demolition, and I went, well, then we're just a two man Road Warriors, you know.
Yeah.
So yeah, I was. Like I said, my choices are pretty varied. I remember like well the sport and like actually going to shows and seeing Fuji Yamada when he was who became Jushin Liger.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? When he was wrestling on
now we're talking again.
But yeah, like I said, and like I said, I loved Steve Williams. Terry Gordy. Gordy.
That was I felt a bit for Steve Williams. Obviously, when he got to WWF, WWE, you know they were expecting to do a lot with him, weren't they? And obviously he was good mates, good pals with JR, wasn't he? And it didn't pan out, did it? How they expected, I don't think.
No, from what I can remember, the whole Brawl for All was supposed to be a vessel for him to showcase what he could do.
Yeah.
And then I think he was going to go on to a feud with Steve Austin from there, you know?
Yeah.
But like obviously that didn't pan out because of what went on there, you know?
Bart Gunn smashed everyone, didn't he?
Yeah. It would have been the least one you expected. You know, when you think about it, that kid must have had some punching power because they were wearing 16-ounce gloves.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You might think, well, having pillows on your hand.
I remember thinking like, who's gonna win? I was only 12 at the time, like, but and then obviously from that he went in with Butterbean, and we all knew what was going to happen.
Oh yeah. He got massacred. But so like I said, my choices with wrestling are pretty varied, you know. Obviously I liked, God forbid, you know, I used to love watching like Benoit wrestle when he was Pegasus, you know. I
managed to, sorry, I keep cutting in. I apologize.
No, it's okay, mate.
We did a few house shows. It would have been like 03, 04. He had an absolute barnstormer with Albert, with Prince Albert, like when he was that character Matt Bloom, and it was match of the night, and it went on. It was like mid card, it was, and I just remember sitting there. Benoit was on form. To be fair to Albert, he was fantastic. Like, it was the best match of the night, and it was mid-card. Like, you know, honestly, I'm glad I got to see him. Don't agree with what happened afterwards, but he was a hell of a talent, wasn't he?
Oh yeah, without a shadow of a doubt, yeah.
So, where do you like to wrestle, Keith? Promotion-wise, where's your...
Well, I mean, my stable place now, and over the last couple of years, has been WAW. You know, I've known Roy and the family for years, and you know, I remember Roy from like back in FWA when he was at FWA, and even maybe it's a little bit before that. But yeah, I've been there and I've looked after them, and I mean they've looked after me big time.
Yeah.
You know, like they've when I took on the new gimmick, like when I went from like the Pain Inc. gimmick to the mob gimmick to like the sitting character, they took it on, and I'll be honest, when I first got there, I was floundering a little bit as a face because nobody knew how to take it. I'm a good guy, I'm a bad guy, and I didn't know how to respond. So sometimes when you're in that pocket in the middle, they don't respond at all, you know. So basically what happened was Ricky went, "I'm going to turn you heel." I went, oh, okay. And then I just ran with it. Now I knew I didn't have, because I was based in Manchester at the time, I knew I didn't have the presence to be on the shows all the time, but I was always on the big ones.
Yeah.
So what I did was I did whatever nobody else was doing, and I used, to keep myself current, and to keep myself relevant, I used the Facebook pages and social media to maintain a presence there, you know. And I was one of the most hated guys there. They hated my guts. They couldn't stand me. And it's funny because it's come full circle now. I'm possibly one of the more popular guys on the show, you know. When
I obviously got the chance to meet you, it's brilliant. And obviously, you know, you were over that night and all the rest of it, and you know, face and you're good fun. You're good fun, mate. And obviously, we had a beer. Well, did we have a beer together? I can't remember. I was a little bit pissed.
When you and your missus.
Okay. I hate to think I was in your face. I hate to, you know, that's just me when I've had a drink, mate. I apologise.
No, not at all. Like it says, I judge people how I find, and you've always been right with me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And like it says, I'm one of those who interact with the fans, spend time with the fans.
Yeah.
I mean, I do think that you've got to, you know, you shouldn't go over the top with it, because you've got to keep some level of mystique there, you know what I mean?
Of course.
You know, but at the same time, like it says, I think the reason why I've proven to be quite popular over the years is because I'm not a bad person outside the ring, really.
No,
you know what I mean? I try and, you know, accommodate anybody whenever I can and do whatever I can for people, you know. Even like wrestlers and stuff, if I can help guys out, I'll help them out. I wish people had the same mentality as what I have, because, you know, unfortunately, wrestling can be quite it's a vicious business, you know what I mean? There's a lot of backbiting and politics involved. Mm-hmm. But I've always thought, if I can help someone, you know, I mean, I know for a fact there's people out there, right, who have buried me, right, and I've still got work for them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If like, I know they wouldn't do the same for me, but that's for them to deal with. Me personally, if I can help someone else, I'll help them out.
Absolutely.
It's like when I mean, that's what I did at TNT, effectively. Yeah. I mean, I was at the very first TNT show. I saw that there was potential there, and I knew Jay could do a good job there, but he didn't know what to do to start with.
Yeah, of course. He was starting out. Yeah.
He was starting out. He didn't know anybody around the scene, and like you said, it was him and there was another lad who helped out as well. But basically what happened was I would like book shows, and I would like go, you know, do, you know, we got it to the point of where Jay got more and more responsibility as time went on, and now he's took the ball and run with it, you know. And he's doing a fantastic job. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's like, I know they've got a show on tonight, the DOA show, and I would have loved to have been on there because I think it suits my character down to the ground.
I know I've only seen you the once. Obviously, I've seen stuff online as well. Damn right. It's akin to what you do. Is Tyson T-Bone on tonight? Do you know?
I'm not sure. I don't know, mate.
He'd be ideal. He'd be ideal.
He might be the problem with. I mean, I might be wrong, so I can't say.
No, I'm not sure.
Obviously, because of his contract, he might be limited to what kind of matches he can do.
Yeah, of course.
But like I said, I mean, I look at that and I think if I was good, I've still for TNT and like I said, the matches that I've had in the past, you know, I've done survival of the sickness matches, I've done street fights, there's nothing I haven't done, you know. So I thought I would have been a shoo-in for that. But
I would have thought so too, mate. From a, you know, I'm no booker, but you know, I'm a fan, but I would have had you on that personally. But
if I didn't have a like some sort of like, if I wasn't over with the fans, I would kind of get it. Like I said, I'm not the booker. I don't book no more. I used to help book there.
Why don't you book anymore, Keith? What's the reason?
Well, like I said, there's no reason. Like I said, my job was to help Jay to the point of where he could book it himself. Okay. Now he can book it himself. Yeah. So more power to him. You know what I mean?
Yeah. He's doing great. He is doing great.
He's doing great. I just want, like I said, he just needs to, as long as it keeps its identity and is offering something different, and it doesn't become like a ICW light show or a Progress light show, and it just remains TNT. Then
they're going the right route, aren't they?
Yeah, you know, and continue to have variety. I mean, as far as I'm concerned, I mean, I might not be indie enough to be working there anymore. I don't know.
What is indie though? Do you know what I mean? It's so broad. You could be so broad with the term indie. That's my personal opinion.
Well, I think it's more to do with the fact that I don't, you know, I'm not in the current crop of guys that are getting like on shows religiously in and out. You know what I mean? I haven't got an NXT contract or anything like that.
No.
So you know, but like, look, I'm 44. My job now is to get guys over.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, with you, mate.
Like some people want to fucking hang on.
Yeah.
I'm not like that. What I want to do is help guys who have got the opportunity to get to that next level. Yeah. If they can use me as a stepping stone to do that, then do it. You know what I mean? But like I said, best of luck at TNT. I don't know when I'll be back, if I'll ever be back at all. You know, I don't know. But I mean, like I said, it was more of a job. It wasn't just another show for me, TNT, because I've been there since the beginning. I was very passionate about it and stuff. But like I said, whatever it'll be, will be. Nothing much you can do about that.
No, mate. I'm due to. I don't. We're in Liverpool on the Wednesday. Obviously, he's running the show on the Thursday next month, 21st of February. But it all hinges on money and what have you. You know, I've said to Jay, if I can. You know, he's got Neville, he's got Pac there, Annie, and you know, he's got some good ones on next month. But you know, it's local enough for me as well. That's the big key. It's only an hour. It's only an hour here.
For me, as far as I'm concerned, the show's continuing to get better and better there, so they must be doing something right.
Oh, yes, yeah, absolutely, yeah.
But I would, like I said, my only concern is don't book for the pop, book for longevity. You know what I mean? Because I've seen loads, like over the time I've been wrestling, I've seen loads of promotions come and go, and then they run out of ideas, and then when they start running out of ideas because everyone's been booked, then that's when you start struggling a little bit, you know. But credit where credit's due. Jay's always been a one for listening. And number two, he's always trying to push British talent to the forefront as well.
Yeah. You've got to give him. You've got to tip your hat to him, like you say. Yeah, I agree with you there, mate. Absolutely.
Like I said, I've got. Good thing for me is that I'm the Fighting with My Family is coming out. Shortly, and I've got a small role in there.
Yeah, I did see.
So I've got a really small part in there, but it'll be fun to it was just fun to be part of the experience.
Yeah.
I've got the WAW tour coming up as well.
Yeah.
So, and that's like to build up to Fight Net, which is the show at Carrow Road. You know, we've got professional football at Grant Holt there.
Yeah.
And like I said, there's going to be a lot of big names being thrown around at present. So we really need to keep an eye open for that.
Keep the eyes peeled, like that.
Yeah.
Oh, Brill. Keith, who is your best opponent you've ever faced, and the match? You know, the type of match, maybe, just to open it up a bit.
I mean, every time I've had like match, I like having doing stuff where we have feuds and stuff, and like the one like stuff that comes to mind. We used to have we're back in 1PW, me and Joey Hayes tagged tagged with each other and did like painting version 2.0 versus the Chabs. Which is Haskins and stuff, you know. Yeah. And their matches were always fun. And I've always took pride in being like this, like being part of like the sleeper matches, the ones that people don't expect a great deal from.
Yeah. I'm into them. That's what I like to watch.
But they tend to over deliver.
Yeah.
And like seeing Haskins go from where he was there to where he is now, you know what I mean.
Sorry to cut in. I was only this morning watching Ring of Honor, and he was on. I'm trying to think who he was facing, and I'm trying to think of the name of the bloody show. It was the last like pay-per-view they did.
I'm
trying to think who he was fighting, but yeah, good on him. Like, you know, he's getting booked. Yeah. I love Ring of Honor.
But like I said,
sorry,
I had a good match recently with Demolition Davis.
Yeah, that was. I was going to ask. Yeah.
Again, that was for the European belt, the European title.
Yeah.
But yeah, I had a good match with him recently. Well, like you said, there's been quite a lot of matches that I've had.
I bet you've had.
Actually, the feud that we had with the Mank Union was a lot of fun at TNT. And to be honest with you, that's what I was saying before. Yeah. That's a classic case of you don't have to go over to have great matches.
No, get the younger ones over, like.
Yeah, I mean, I think in that whole feud, I think they won about 3 or 4 matches and we won the last one.
Right.
But that's just a classic case of it, you know what I mean? As long as everybody wins, you know what I mean? But yeah, that's I hope I answered that question for you.
You have done, mate. No, you have done. And Ansem, I'll tell you that. Ansem, you've answered that one. Just in closing, this will be the last one now. Where do you see the business going? And I mean, in terms of obviously domestically and obviously with the expansion in America now, just a general. Where do you see it going?
Well, it's just seeing wrestling in general from where it was when I first started, where you were chuffed to bits to get like maybe 100 people in a room, and now you know people are averaging 400, 500, 600, and then you've got people like ICW who've done like arena type venues. You've got Progress who've done Wembley. I mean, to watch it grow from where it was to where it is now. Mm-hmm. It's phenomenal. I mean, I'll be honest with you. Given how I am, I'm so stoked to still be involved in it. Do you know what I mean?
Of course.
You know, like with the influx of talent that because the talent keeps getting better and better and better all the time. You know what I mean? And it just keep, and like I mean, look at Tyler Bate. How long has he been wrestling for? You know, I don't even think he's got 5 years under his belt. Look at him. He's a natural.
Keith, I couldn't believe when we went to that show last May, right? Obviously, we were having photos taken. We did the VIP, like, and me and my mate, he's a lot younger, my mate, like, he's only 19. He took one look at him, he couldn't believe how big he was.
Yeah.
You only see him in person. But when you see him on telly, I couldn't get over it, you know, because he's short, but he's filled out, like, you know.
Yeah. He's just a hell of a talent. I mean, if he's only got that so many years behind him now, what's he going to be like in 5 years' time?
Destined.
You know what I mean?
I could see him with the Intercontinental title. I could see him going further.
Yeah,
the
likes of Pete Dunne as well.
Yeah.
You know, but there's lots and lots of unsung talent in the UK that. And I'll be honest with you, and I'm not just saying this because I represent WAW to a certain extent, but they've got some good talent there, you know. You know, like Ricky Knight Jr. is just going from one, like he's if he's not in WWE within the next 2 years, I'll be shocked. You know, you've got him. You know, there's a lad called Brad Slayer who's there, who always does a good job. You know, I've worked with him a few times, and I've got to be honest with you. It says I wasn't in the best shape because I was injured at the time. I'd love to work with him again. You've got people like, you know, like people like you never even heard of. I'm going to mention a name to you now, right? Peter Nixon, right?
I wouldn't know him. I wouldn't know him from Adam. No.
You wouldn't know him, right?
Yeah.
Because he's very much based down there. But he's one of the most popular wrestlers down there.
Yeah.
And what I would say is there's a match online with Kip Sabian versus Peter Nixon versus Rey Mysterio, right?
Right.
And he goes toe to toe. There's not one of nobody looks out of place in that match. You know what I mean?
Right, I'll get the listeners onto that one. But right, you need to make sure you watch that one, listeners.
Yeah, definitely. You know, there's a lot of great talent out there, and like I said, these are the people that are going to keep propping wrestling up. You know what I mean? I know people have signed contracts and this, that, and the other. But guess what? British wrestling will always survive. It's continuing to flourish. It's not taking a backward step.
Yeah.
And like I said, my job now, I just want to keep enjoying wrestling. I want to keep having fun.
Yeah.
Like I said, I've proven to be one of the more popular guys in WAW. Everywhere I seem to go, I don't get negative responses.
Obviously, I only see it. You know, I've not been down that far, have I? To be fair, I've got a mate down in Norwich, so it's only a matter of time before I come down there. But you know, I've seen stuff on online, and you know, I do try and keep abreast of everything. Sorry, I keep cutting in.
No, don't worry about it, mate. But what I would say is like it says to people who are listening, if you want to give WAW has been around for over 20 odd years.
Yeah.
Right? It's one of the longest running promotions in the UK, apart from like the likes of All Star. What I would say is like it says, you really want to keep your eyes open for Fight Man. So even if you're like a Progress fan, or you know, like you know, where the wrestling's very, very niche in particular, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like promote attack wrestling and all that. What I would say to you is give WAW a shout. At Fightmare, and I think you'll be present.
I can see it. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Right, Keith. Thank you ever so much, mate. You know, I appreciate it, pal. I really do. Thanks for coming on.
Well, what I was going to say, mate, is, like I said, no, it's okay. What I was going to say is, with regards to WAW, like I said, that show's coming up. There's the tour coming up in February. Obviously, Fighting With My Family comes out this month as well.
Can't wait.
But if you maybe just get me on, maybe April, May time. And I'll probably get some of the WAW guys to come on and speak about the show.
If you could do that, mate, I would appreciate it. Anything, you know, it's not about. I just want to make it for fans. I'm not in it to, you know me, mate. I'm not. You know, that is. I just want to do it because I love it. I'll always love it. I've never grown out of it. Like, you know.
Yeah.
Bloody hell, it's all about me now. Christ. Shut up, Stuart, for God's sake. Crikey.
But yeah, mate. If you like I said, if you ever name anything on, tell the anybody who's listening. Twitter at Big Keith Colwill. Instagram Keith _ Roughneck _ Colwill, and you can get me on my Roughneck page as well on Facebook.
Spot on, mate. Thank you very much.
All right, buddy.
Keith, obviously I'll cut it from there now. When I finish it. Thanks ever so much, mate.
No problem.
Honest to God, mate. Yeah, just giving me the half hour or so there. It means a lot. I know you're busy, pal.
No, don't worry, but it's all good, mate.
You take it easy, mate. I'll speak to you soon. Yeah.
All the best to you, mate.
All right, mate. Take care.